Hello, people. Just booting that Mass Effect. There's a new game on Steam that looks fun. It's called the Quarantine Zone, I think. Yeah, Quarantine Zone. Apparently it's pretty fun. It's an interesting concept. You're like a bouncer for the end of the world. But anyway. I was checking that out. I feel like it's that game. It's the type of game that seems like it's gonna get popular because there are a lot of clippable moments, you know? Or the internet algorithm has done its thing and just shows me something I've clicked on once. And it's like, that's something you're super, super, super interested in. Alright. So we talked to everyone. Got their life updates. Established a connection with Liara, but then maybe still accidentally established one with Caden as well, which I didn't mean to do, and I don't feel like is my fault. But, maybe it is. And now we're on to the next big mission. Or maybe we should do side mission, actually. You could find Dr. Salion. Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. Kepler Verge. Can I ask one RTS question? Sure. Do you think StarCraft 2 should try to go Brood War crowdfunded route? Well, they already have. So there's been a lot of community-funded or crowd-funded tournaments that have happened in the last 6 months. It might have gone under the, many people's radars, but just this weekend, actually, Here Marine hosted a tournament in Germany. It was decently big. A decent amount of players came to play offline. Comeback TV guys had their tournament in France. The Clem Serral finals. China's having a bunch of tournaments that are of decent size, so they're not really available to watch, as Chinese tournaments tend to be on Chinese streams. What else has there been? Obviously there's been, I did something in Las Vegas a few months ago, and then there was something in Canada, which I forget the name of, and a Stellarfest, I think so, yeah. Yeah, so it's already happening, but you can't replicate the Brood War ecosystem and how much money their individual streamers make. You could try, and arguably we have tried, but it's just not comparable. There's no way that StarCraft 2 will ever have that ecosystem that Brood War does. For a few different reasons, but I guess one of the biggest ones is absolutely the star power that comes along with Brood War. It doesn't exist in the same way in StarCraft 2. Could it, if like all of our top pro gamers streamed? Maybe. Even then, I don't think that's true. It's just really not comparable to the greats going back into streaming. Like, when Flash started streaming, it was a huge deal. When Fantasy goes back to streaming in between his League of Legends coaching bouts, it's a really big deal. And then to have the connections to actually pull in streamers, other famous streamers who aren't StarCraft oriented, but they're a part of this this kind of school system that they have, where they like make groups of people and they fight each other. Where the StarCraft streamers are the coaches. Yeah, very difficult to do in StarCraft 2. Yeah, they don't You know, like Cyril doesn't really stream, Thumb doesn't really stream, MaxPack doesn't really stream every once in a while, but very rarely. But yeah, it's not something that they're interested in doing, and that's... You're gonna have to ask them why they wouldn't want to do it. It used to be an easy answer was that they didn't want to show off their strats. Nowadays, that doesn't really... I don't think it really makes as much sense, but the only other thing is that they don't want to be streamers. Which I think people don't necessarily think of when they think of people in the esports scene transitioning away from being a pro gamer, is that just because they're into esports and they're into a game in esports doesn't mean that they like streaming at all. In fact, so much more often in StarCraft 2, I meant the complete opposite. Streaming and pro gaming and professional commentating and being just a fan of video games and all of that is just so different from each other. So I don't think they'll get into streaming, and even if they do, I don't think they'll be putting a lot of effort into building a community or trying to advance, you know, StarCraft's status as a streamer game. You know, Euthermal does a pretty good job of that, and he's putting a lot of money into the community again and getting people to play team games, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty far in between. So.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
I'll take it in the comm room.
Damn it.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Okay.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel's space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Okay. I feel like that's the last thing we're gonna do. Back to helping out Garrus. What was the thing? Herschel system, Kepler Verge. Ah. Ah. Zooming across space casually. Oh yeah, because we're exiting the Citadel. Mass Effect needs its loading times.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills
Ass
is
erect.
no longer responding to our override commands.
Yes.
It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be... I know Spectres answer the Council, but the VI controls all the facility's weapons...
Of course I am. I'm the only one. She implies she was that VI? That'd be kind of crazy. Stole her and gave her AI. That's a weird... That's like a... It's like a weird, like, philosophical thing, you know? Like, when did she become her? It's like remembering if you were a fetus. No one does. I see red dots.
Take cover.
Test subjects. Okay, so this was Garrus's thing. Guys are kind of tough. Ah! I feel like that hurt my guys as well. Oops. Good thing they're kind of done. Shoddy for the zombies. Easy peasy.
I think we're done here.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you.
Aha!
Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy. Please, don't let him do this to me.
Okay. Well, see, the nice thing to do, the Paragon thing to do, it's definitely the top one. Worst evolution ever. The organ harvesting Eevee. Alright, Garrus.
We'll take him in, drop him off with the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away. Not again.
If he dies, we'll never know what he's been up to, or how he did it. We'll take him in, interrogate him, and he'll serve his time.
Okay. You're right. You're a very lucky Solarian. You owe the Commander your life.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Okay.
And so he dies anyway. What was the point of that?
You can't predict how people will act, Garrus, but you can control how you'll respond. In the end, that's what really matters.
What is he?
Yeah. I don't think I ever met anyone like you, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
You're welcome, Garrus. I'm so glad we went on this adventure together. Give me all your goods. Can't believe I'm too low. Bah! This was a very short trip. I guess I'm used to the Mass Effect 2 character missions that actually last a decent amount of time. Cat. Wicked's doing things she shouldn't be. She's always doing stuff she shouldn't be. That's what she does. Okay, engage VI. Head to the soul and go to the earth. Okay. Wicked's not innocent. Not at all. It's because she's a child. She's just a toddler. Wait. We're Earth. Local? Oh, okay. How are they? Okay. Solar system. I need to get to your moon. Hello. There we go. Oh, let's bring Rex. Oh, but it's tech. Let's do Rex and Tally. Well, I'm not uninsane, so I don't think I'll be having too tough of a time. Is Pluto a planet here? I think it is. You remind me after, I can check. But I feel like this was made in 2005. I would still be in high school. Yeah, 100%. Pluto's not any longer a planet. Those bitches demoted it. Should I call it a planet that's not solid? Well, I don't think that's ever... I don't think that's ever been the important thing about naming it a planet. Not that I know very much about naming planets. Planets. Wait, how do I get to the fucking... Pretty. Cricket, not everything's about you. Pluto's a planet because when I grew up it was. And I imagine it's very sad now that it's not a planet. Okay. There must be some type of road. Oof. It is Mass Effect. Like it's now resigned to just sitting on my lap. And she's being kind of cute, but... She also has her... she has her paw across the keyboard. If I make any mistakes, it's because of that. Mass Effect 5 better have a ship's cat. I know. They give us a robo-dog, but where's the robo-cat? Yeah. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if they just showed me the freaking pathway I was supposed to take instead of having to do whatever the hell this is. Because the VI has gone rogue. So we need to infiltrate it and shut it down so they don't resort to bombing the secret moon base. So someone else has said that this is maybe Edie. I think that's a weird connection, but... Sounds like something that a writer in Mass Effect 2 was like, or 3, whenever it's sort of revealed. It was like, ah, there's a VI in Mass Effect 1. Wouldn't this be a cool tie-in? And everyone's like, yeah, sure, why not? Read it. It's not like you get a lot of joy out of doing this mission because you're like, oh, it's Edie. Okay, sure. Advanced Unity. I haven't done anything with Rex. Krogan Battlemaster up. Barrier up. Some stasis, sure. Get you all the way up there, buddy. Oh yeah, all the way up there. Need to be very good at shotguns. Some first aid, sure. Hack 'em. Yeah, that'll be helpful. Okay. Skill of making things damp, yes. She's actually a water boy. Kind of fan servicey retcon is that it makes the universe feel smaller. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I mean, I'm kind of being flippant about this because, like, I don't think it's actually a negative, but I guess I kind of agree with you. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything. Again, it feels like when you're writing a story and you're like, it kind of works. I mentioned that thing in the beginning, and this thing's happening now. I mean, why not? But yeah, it just kind of makes it feel like it's smaller. When everything starts relating back to the main characters, I guess, rather than feeling like there's like a bunch of stories and a bunch of things happening around you. You can kind of... I feel like there's a really good example that I can't think of right now. Convert all junk. I know there's a great example in my mind somewhere, but like the more that the universe or the story was expanded upon, the more that it became so much more related to the main character and the party. I don't remember if it was a video game, a TV show, a movie. I mean, maybe it kind of happened with Star Wars, actually. But yeah, just this huge, big universe. I mean, I guess, you know what? No, maybe I think of StarCraft, honestly. Maybe. Where it's like, in StarCraft 1, there really was a feeling like, you were a part of something that was really big and ongoing, and you weren't really in control of everything. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of kind of like Blizzard stories in general, actually. Or initially you feel like you're in a world because there's so much stuff happening, and when you discover another thing that's like totally unrelated to the first thing, you're just like, oh wow, this is so deep. Or like adventuring in World of Warcraft initially. And the more that they have to continue just being in that world, the Warcraft world, the StarCraft world, whatever, the more that it just feels like, oh, everything relates back to Thrall. Everything relates back to Kerrigan. She is literally the god who is going to save the entire fucking universe. Rather than, again, in StarCraft 1, it just felt like there's so many things happening. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Again, not a super big deal about this Edie thing. It's just, yeah, it doesn't give me that much joy to be like, oh, it's Edie. Oh, it's cute. Yeah, we'll trade out. Let's try the Striker. Let's see how that gun does. Much better Omni tool. Ooh, and we got some different type of armor, but not armor for Rex. Sorry, buddy. You can get one of the better shotguns. And we should just update everything else. Oh, biotic amp. Power, cooldown duration. I want him powerful. I got human and Turian armor, but that's not for me. It's fine. That's fine. Hey, hello. Problem with StarCraft 1 is bad voice acting? What? I don't think StarCraft 1 is at all known for bad voice acting. I'm actually trying to think of what bad voice acting you're thinking of. Man, I don't know. Like, I've met many cats, okay? So they volunteer at a shelter every Thursday. So I've met a lot of cats in my lifetime. I've met cats with long hair, short hair, different breeds of cats, different colors of cats, different sizes of cats, kittens, adults, seniors. And I can safely say that my cat Apollo, who is a white Japanese bobtail, just short-haired, sheds the most. I don't pet other cats and then have to, like, clear the air of fur. This fucking cat. He's so cute, though. Non-professional voice actors? I think... I feel like you're in a very small minority on this part. Because first of all, so many of those voice actors did go on to were professional voice actors. I'm trying, like, who did you think was bad voice acting? I feel like you're mistaking StarCraft with, like, They Are Billions or something. This one's kind of hard. No, okay. Oof, didn't get it. It's not even that I really need the items in it. It's just a matter of pride.
Hostile spotted.
Nice Rex. Ah! Is how they recorded it? I mean, sure, that's possible. Yeah, I think it's a complaint I've not heard before. Yeah, that wouldn't be the voice acting then.
Shields down.
I'm talking about the sound engineering.
Perimeter secured.
Yes, that is a power junction. Is there anything special about it? Yes. I know what I'm looking at. Tally! This is why I brought you. Am I supposed to destroy them? What am I supposed to do? Destroy the conduit in each of the 3 VI cores. So yes. Oh! Why are they so tough?
All targets down.
Paragon, yeah, that means you do good. You're a good person. And recording professionally in studios. To be fair, I don't know if StarCraft 1 recorded in professional studios. But I also don't know if they hadn't.
Think we got him, Commander.
The reason I am not convinced that they didn't is because 20 27 years ago, 28 years ago almost, individuals would not have a good enough mic setting at all to even try and do it from home. I mean, some people might have, but I think it would have been a lot less likely than it is today. I'm just wondering if your standards are... If it's not so much that StarCraft individually had a poor standard as it is games generally from 1998. Oh, do I have to, like, go out and then come back? Okay, alright, I see. All the things that were covered by turrets. Ugh, oh, that's lame, that's lame. Yeah. It sounds like you're maybe just referring to the quality of 1998. I can't think of any other games that were made in 1998 right now that had voice acting, but... I'm guessing there are some really high quality ones. But I'm also wondering if StarCraft just used like a typical... Ah, I'm dying! Setup. Oh, okay. Come on, Rex, you're supposed to be good at this.
Perimeter secured.
Okay, just to make this more annoying. Is something gonna kill it faster? The shotgun, maybe? Not negative, you just aren't helping me shoot the things we are trying to shoot.
Patching you up.
Shoot it! Sorry, Callie. That's why you don't do freaking side quests in Mass Effect 1. They forgot to make them interesting. Instead, there's a chance that I'm gonna die shooting stupid robots. Not even robots. Not even mobile robots, just... like, junction boxes. And the so-called interesting dynamic is that a shield goes on him. I don't like shotguns, but it was killing it the quickest. I know it was different in the consoles. Yeah, people were talking about it. Someone in my Discord was actually talking about how they had the Xbox version, but then one of the puzzles was actually the PC version. Just randomly, they stuck one in there.
Negative contacts, Commander.
Wait, is this the one that I just did? Okay, no. Good. Dumbass. Teammate AI.
Perimeter secured.
Okay, what's the new trick to this?
Get down!
What's gonna do this time? That was a rhetorical question. Allie, do stuff. Love a Pete. There's no way for my teammates to help me attack these things.
That's the last of them.
Area secured.
Specialization class. I don't remember this at all. Cool. Great. Recharge time. Okay, this is like so much more though. Increased damage, immunity, marksman, assassination. Commando it is. Me no think good.
All targets down.
Me attack. Need big attack. Me brute. I went to a D&D thing on Saturday where you just go to a pub and they do like a one-shot, like 3 hours. And it was the first time I had done D&D not DMing in so long. Because I don't really like playing D&D. I like DMing. That's, I thought it might be something I could give another go at, you know? And I chose a fighter because it's simple. But I'm very... Hey, didn't I complete the mission? Okay, cool. I did. Yes. So can I... How do I go back to the ship now? Aha, there you are. Anyway, I mean, I had some fun. Obviously not knowing anyone, but yeah, everyone was having a good time. None of the beers I tried were any good, though, and that sucked. I tried 3 different ones, and every one of them I was like, nah, how did I get this? And then once that was done, I went to a gay bar for the music, and there was a drag show. So that was a fun night. Hawking Ita Century. Pluto? 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 Pluto! I met a couple of guys who work actually at the Colorado representatives. Whatever it is. Shit. They're in politics. And one guy was kind of cool. He, I mean, they both were cool.
Message
but...
coming in, Commander. Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett.
Stop giving me missions.
Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hawking Etta cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance.
Sounds familiar.
And we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
Yeah, no, insane times. We had a nice talk about, you know, how insane everything is. But no, the one guy, he flipped a district. He ran for something. And he flipped a district from being like 90% Trump voters to actually being Democrat favored. And it's because he was a war vet. And he was pretty cool. But then he retired because it was basically too stressful. Maybe I'm overacting?
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
I'll deal with Major Kyle for you, Admiral.
We don't want this to turn into a massacre, Commander. Kyle is dangerous. I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
I don't mind talking about politics. And the chat's small. When it gets bigger, then it's just more managing people than it is actually talking, but... It's shitty right now. And very scary, and I don't like it. But you drink and you dance at a gay bar. And the cocktails were, I mean, they're fine. I didn't really get anything, though. I didn't really get anything fancy, I should say. You know? Okay. Actually, I can't believe I forgot to tell you guys the story. The weirdest thing, the funnest thing about that night wasn't talking to them about politics or having fun, like, at a bar. It was because, so I sat down, I was like, is anyone sitting here? And they're like, oh yeah, this person, you can sit over here. I sat down, and then the guys to the right of me, the ones who ended up talking to, you know, of course, like, asked what I did, and I had to explain to them, and they were like, oh, what video games? Same conversation, happens a billion times. And so I listed a couple of, like, the more modern ones or bigger ones, you know, and then I was like, yeah, but my real thing was, like, StarCraft 2 for a very long time. And they were both so fucking excited. They were so into StarCraft 2. So we started talking about, like, builds and strategies. And I was like, this is the first time this has ever happened. I swear to God. Like, someone might know of StarCraft 2 or, like, said that they watched it back in, like, 2010. But no one has ever been just like, oh my God, StarCraft 2, no way, you serious? It's awesome. And wanted to talk to me about it. So that was fun. That was completely random. Just sitting next to it, just randos, you know, not sure what I wanted to do while I was getting drinks, you know, and getting the courage to actually dance and all that. And there was just a bunch of StarCraft 2 nerds at the bar. StarCraft 2 was a woke queer game. Yeah, apparently. Apparently. I was gonna ask, what's his face? Milk Toast guy about Major Kyle, if he says anything. I was gonna go into usual readings. Hydra system. Wait, why did I go here? Wait, what mission was I going to? Ah, this is annoying about it. I must have thought I was reading this one, but that it updated to this one. Okay. Or that was the unusual reading. Oh, I see now. I get it. Okay. Sentry system and the Hawking. Investigate Major Kyle. Right. Is What's-His-Face have anything to say about this? He's all about them. Human... whatchamacallits. This guy. Figure out how massive StarCraft 2 used to be. Well, that's usually not what's forgotten, though. It's like...
you need, Commander?
It's, again, because so many people will be like, oh, I really liked that, I really watched a lot of it, or played a lot of it 15 years ago. That is one of the most common things I get. It's people who are still playing it. And I think it is easy to forget that there are so many people still playing StarCraft. But as far as actively playing, I guess is also very different. And people who are like, I go back to it every once in a while.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's
Alright,
at.
this guy has nothing about the
Thoughts?
mod mission. Never mind then.
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
Yep, goodbye.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
You're useless. Useless. I didn't even really get to see the drag show that happened because I was talking to people at the bar, and then there was a fire alarm, which no one really recognized as a fire alarm for so long. We all would have died. It was not a real fire, thankfully, but it kind of took people probably like 5 to 10 minutes for everyone to be like, oh, we should actually leave. and then we started to leave. But yeah, so I missed out on some things. just check out every one of these planets, I guess. He's not that bad. That's the problem, though. He's not bad or good. He's just there. He doesn't have enough of a personality. I mean, people can argue that Ashley is bad. A little space racist. But she actually has something interesting about her. She has edges. And she doesn't stay a space racist. Ashley kind of is. She's not going out of her way to sabotage any other race, but she does initially judge you for allowing aliens on the ship, and then she says very much plainly that people will look out for their own, and when push comes to shove, the aliens cannot be trusted. Even aliens that are, like, in treaties and are allies to the Alliance. Presley, you know, I haven't been introduced to Thresher Moss yet. You can't just prop one up. Yeah, Presley is, like, first of all, not even someone that you talk to a lot. And even though I've tried, he hasn't really expanded on his opinions as of yet. Oh, it attacks. Ow! That was bad. Whoopsie, whoopsie. I'm just coming onto this dude's planet. I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. Don't even have to be in this particular section of town. He's just minding his own business. I'm gonna kill him. What was that anyway? I didn't have to kill that guy at all. Unnecessary violence. Zerg energy? Well, I'm not Zerg, so I don't have any Zerg energy. Personally, I think it's a really interesting character arc. No, I wait, you're talking about for Ashley, right? Yeah, but that's the thing, is that she's interesting. Caden is just such a... He's a nice guy. That's really all it is, though. And he complains about headaches a lot, and then that's kind of his thing. It doesn't really feel like there's much to him. Same voice actor, different character in Knights of the Old Republic. Liked his character in Knights of the Old Republic. I don't have to romance him. Show me how to get there, you son of a bitch. Guess we're going up here. Is Ashley wrong about that as humans are on this planet? No, the difference would be if a Chinese person who, you know, was on... Not that I've ever been in the military. But let's say, we're all allies, and a Chinese person gets on to a battleship, and they're like, here's the person from China. We're allies, and we're gonna look at this particular part of the ocean for enemies. If someone on the battleship was like side-eyeing the Chinese person and being like, "Sorry, I don't want anyone but Americans on this ship," that's when people would be like, "She's fucking. It's a little weird." Ew. Oh, that's a dead person. Am I supposed to find anything else down there? Who knows? I don't know. Oh, because that's the anomaly. Fuck this. Yeah. Wait a minute. I want to go here. Oh, thank God. Okay. Should have known that from the start. There is a way to put the burger. No, don't get me back in the hole. Not the hole. Anyways, the point is, Ashley does eventually realize that she was wrong. Just like Waka does. Yeah, of course Mass Effect 3 is the best gameplay. I feel like Mass Effect 2 is just such a drastic jump forward compared to Mass Effect 1 that even though Mass Effect 3 is still better as well, I'm just happy with Mass Effect 2. It's Mass Effect 1's gameplay that I'm a little like, nah. Really? I gotta play this again? And this stupid shit. That I can't really agree with anyone who says Mass Effect 1 is the best of the three. Since gameplay is something important to gaming, so I need to enjoy the time that I'm just gaming and not just listening to stories. Like, well, the story's better, the characters are better written, I don't know, I don't care. So much of the game is actually doing gamey stuff. And Mass Effect 2 is way better at it. Alright.
Just lead the way.
Oh, okay, I'm just going that way. Waka sucks? Waka doesn't suck! Why does Waka suck? Waka's the only guy that's nice to you for so much of the game.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
He shouldn't have killed those investigators. This problem isn't gonna go away.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
Everyone is the best for watching YouTube playthroughs. Yeah, exactly.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
His thing is being captain of the worst Blitzball team. That's not his only thing. And they get better. Waka. Waka 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 waka. He's the only range accurate character early on. That's like saying that Lou sucks because she's the only anti-flan character. That doesn't make any sense.
Everyone looks at us like we're freaks just because we have biotics.
It is his only thing? No. You forget that he's also racist to Al-Bed. That's his second thing.
The Alliance sent assassins to kill
Just
Father.
stealing all your shit while you let me in your compound. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, broskies.
Everyone looks at us like we're freaks just because we
Okay,
have biotics.
there's an X there. I figured there was something in there. It's not. Waka Washa get bailed out by Titus.
Father Kyle says we
But he gets better.
biotics have to stick together.
I don't know. I think my statement's just as crazy. Or that Orin's the only piercing damage for a while. Can't hate him for that. It's the whole thing with 10 is that it's highly specialized. Him having a blitzball's weapon is awesome. Man, you guys are just haters. Okay, where am I supposed to... I'm supposed to talk to some guy... Where the shit? Where is the guy I'm supposed to talk to?
The Alliance wants to wipe us out. Father Kyle told us.
There are 2 rooms here.
Biotics can feel safe here.
I'm here if you need me.
Just because we're biotics doesn't mean we don't deserve to be treated fairly.
Am I missing? I'm just gonna start blasting. What am I missing here? Waka's from Final Fantasy X.
We can't trust the Alliance.
Those other men from the Alliance tried to kill
Am
Father Kyle.
am I crazy? Did I miss something? What is... There's no one here to talk to. Make your way to the compound, find... All y'all are lamos. You guys are not important.
Father Kyle says we biotics have to stick together.
Cultists, cultists, cultists. Is Father Kyle hiding somewhere? There are no other rooms. I feel like maybe this is bugged out. Maybe I should just leave and come back in. Cultists, cultists, cultists. Okay, okay, okay. Huh. I'm just gonna exit and come back in. I'm gonna see what happens. Because this... Unless... Okay, that's open. Maybe I had to go over there. Even though the X was in that map. Maybe the X was for someone I had to interrogate if I didn't convince them to open up. And I went in guns a-blazing. My cat's being cute. Ha! I did it.
I am Major Kyle.
Found him.
I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
Cult
The Alliance sent me to
leaders.
bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you are endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
I know, he's a good kitty, isn't he? This is Apollo. He shed so much.
You ordered your followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this
An
to
actual
happen.
cult leader would never say
I'm
that.
Sorry.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
I'm gonna trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Your pilot can have an Alliance Command Patrol pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Shep.
I will surrender myself to the Alliance outside the compound gates in 1 hour, Commander.
Good guy,
Your pilot
Shepard.
can have an Alliance Command Patrol pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Shepard.
Okay. I think I gotta leave, though. Yeah, I don't think you'd convince an actual cult leader to do that. They tend not to actually be all that selfless or care all that much about their cultists. I know I'm being very judgmental of cult leaders. It's a real fault. Okay, how do
Message coming in.
Okay.
Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We sent in a team as you instructed. Kyle's followers have disbanded, and the Major surrendered to us without incident. We'll make sure he gets the help he needs. To be honest, Shepard, I thought this thing was going to end in a bloodbath. I don't know how you did it, but you saved a lot of lives. Congratulations.
I don't think I've ever met a cult leader either that I know of. But I've definitely read up and listened to a lot of podcasts on a lot of cult leaders, and none of them are good. Tend to go into the whole either we all die eventually phase, or everyone has to physically love me phase, including people who definitely shouldn't, and the abandon all your friends and family phase. And feed into my ego phase. And choose the next mission today. Okay, I could do that. Let's see what unusual readings in the Hydra system, Argos Row. Can't tell who the cult leader is in the room, it's you.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos.
I'm a cult leader, yeah, because I can't find the other one. I'm in a room full of people.
Life support. Emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
It's like 1 out of every 10 people will know someone who is a murderer. You think a story beds have holes for their tentacles? Yeah, I don't. Their tentacles seem like a lot like hair. Like maybe you can't comb them, but they seem malleable, or not maybe malleable, soft at the very least. They seem soft. Like they wouldn't hurt to sleep on. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like ears, noses. Yeah, yeah. Not that people sleep on their noses, but you definitely sleep on your ear. That, you know, it doesn't do anything. So, well, I don't know what we're getting into. Let's bring Rex. If anyone out there sleeps on your nose, I don't know. It's a bit, so that's odd. Then again, I don't ever sleep on my stomach, so maybe this is a thing for people. Okay, now I can equip medium armor. Advanced throw. Singularity. She doesn't really use any of these. Duration bonus could be good. Shit, that's what I meant to press. Still nothing for you, Rex. Sorry, buddy. You're an avowed no sleeper? That sounds so uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. It's not a hole for my face. It's not a snoozing place. I will say, I have slept... Not really slept. I have laid down with my face down on the beach. And then you can kind of like make a little nose hole in the sand so that you're comfortable.
Careful, Shepard. Yeah, it's a trap!
No, it's a trap! But napping on the beach is very different. Is that it? Anything else to check out? It's a trap? You haven't heard that in a while? That's a classic one. That's like the word cool. Like, I'll never go out of style, you know? Is that really it? I think it was, yeah. Let's see what the anomaly is. Liking Sunsea beach holidays. Boring for me. Yeah, I get that, actually. I actually really like the beach. But for years, my father assumed that I didn't. And I don't really blame him. So when I was a kid, I really loved it. Even if I was always alone. All my cousins and siblings were much older than I was. But I made do. I challenged the sea to topple me. I loved the ocean. Didn't like the beach part, though, when I was young. Sand everywhere. Having to stay longer than, like, 2 hours because the adults wanted to. No bathrooms. No public bathrooms at the beach that my grandparents owned a house on. So you'd have to go to a restaurant, or maybe someone had a house on the beach that you could go to and use, but not often. So that was annoying. And then when I was a teenager, I just hated wearing bathing suits because I hated my body. And then I got older and less self-conscious, more patient. I started to really enjoy the beach again. And I like getting into the ocean. And I like body surfing and listening to the sound of the waves and seagulls. And I like seagulls. I think seagulls are cool. I'd always feed them on this like pier that was opposite the house, my grandparents' house. And some of them could do like diving catches of the food. So I'd name those ones because they were the coolest ones. Oh, alright then. Return to the Normandy. I've actually wanted to go on an actual, true, honest-to-God beach vacation because I haven't been able to since moving away from the East Coast. There are no beaches. There are no oceans. And lakes fucking suck, okay? Maybe a hot take for some people, but lakes suck. I guess we'll go to Pharos. On to another main mission here. So I want to visit some nice beach and just spend, you know, like 5 days doing absolutely nothing. Just go pee in the ocean, which, to be honest, fine. Doesn't even gross me out to think that other people do it. But doesn't ever feel very nice. It's desperate situation territory. And also, if you have to go number 2, well then that's just... If you're going number 2 in the ocean, you are not agreeing to the social contract that you agreed to when you were born, okay? Lakes are so boring. And then, so I have been to lakes where, you know, it's, you jump off like a pier or something, right? And that's fine enough. Like, you really can't touch the bottom. Fine. But we took my nephew to a beach, in very loose terms. It's a lake. It's a huge body of water in Colorado, right? There are some around, and they have things that kind of relate to sand, but is more like mud. And it gets more mud-ish as you actually step into the water. And it is just too uncomfortable. It is far too uncomfortable for me. Not only is the beach part not really nice, it's always kind of gross looking and kind of smelly and stuff. So I don't want to just like lay there and be peaceful. There's not any wave sounds either. There are seagulls, but then to actually get in the water is just bad texture, bad feelings on the feet. I don't appreciate it. But you wouldn't swim in a... Yeah, it's a water to dead body ratio that people are okay with. I've seen that one too. And it's true. That's part of being human.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior
Canoeing's
atmosphere.
boring. Rowing's
Log.
boring.
The
Swimming you can do in the ocean
commanding
too,
officer
except
is
it's more
ashore.
fun because
Exo Presley
if you want
has
some
the deck.
excitement, you can just surf the waves with your body or try and like crash into them for fun, which is honestly stuff that I do. You can also search in the sand for sand crabs, which is something I would do when I was young. I've done it recently, but it feels like it's harder to find them, actually. I was either better when I was younger, or there were more when I was younger, or I'm making this up, either one. And they're kind of cute, and you put a little sand on your hand, and they go... It's cute. Happy massing and affecting. Thanks. The ocean's just better. Running water.
We saw your ship. Fight
Good
Dan
thing.
wants to speak with you immediately.
I do appreciate rivers, I suppose, and because I really like whitewater rafting. I haven't done it in a long time, but I keep on meaning to. Every time the weather starts to get warm, I'm like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and then before I know it, it's winter, and I'm like, fuck. But even like a lazy river is more entertaining to me than a lake.
Who's Fidan?
He's our leader. He needs your help to prepare for the Geth. They're making another push. Please, up the stairs past the freighter.
Oh, hello. We have to secure this area. Liara doesn't need to hide. Rex, why don't you go up there, buddy? Go up! Do it myself, God. Thank you. Love big nature, you run tens of kilometers. I mean, that is the nice thing about America. There are still a lot of space that is just not inhabited. But I'm not really one that takes advantage of that a lot, so... You know what's awesome is Korea. Korea, you can take a bus to some nice hiking that's... I mean, there's a decent amount of hikers. They're big into hiking. So you're not going to be totally alone at any point. But that's okay. I don't need to be totally alone. But then even in the actual city, there's little spaces that they make that are maybe... maybe like 5 kilometers, I guess. I'm trying to think, because I would run them, but I would have to eventually turn around and run back, so... Yeah, probably like 5 kilometers of, like, wilderness light. So it's in, like, the middle of, like, the metropolis. But it would be, you know, somewhat dense forest with these really nice walking, jogging paths that had this kind of material. It's like woven fabric, threads, fibers of some type that makes it a path, but without being like concrete or anything. It's just like a nice naturey path. And then they also usually stick like a outside gym somewhere so people can work out or just go on walks back and forth. And they're dotted around, so you look on Kakao Maps, because they don't use Google Maps in Korea, but you look on the map and you'll be like, you know, there'll be nothing but, there'll be no green areas, but then you kind of shift over a couple of miles and there'll be like this kind of big green area, and that'll just be a small kind of isolated park that you can go for your nature bathing, as they call it.
Head to the tunnels.
Natural, not like Central Park, not like, you know, manicured. Like it's wild. Even the ground path I'm trying to explain is like mostly covered over with nature, but it's some type of, I said fabric, but it's not synthetic. It definitely looks like it almost looks like it's like tied together straw. It's really soft and nice on the feet when you go running.
Those Geth are bloody dangerous.
Get ready.
Glad to see some soldiers.
Die of thirst. The Geth will surely kill us all. How is a woman supposed to think with guns going off all around?
I fear the Geth will kill us all.
Y'all are just very afraid. This is a very depressing town. I suppose that makes sense.
The Geth can't be allowed into the heart of the colony.
Yeah, but most of the time I don't get to run on soft ground.
The Geth are mounting another attack.
Like in Colorado, there's a lot of open nature spaces. So, and some people find that very appealing, and I think it is great. The problem is just that most places in America, even though we have a ton of nature, you have to drive to it. So even though there's this really huge park, just open land with like a trail and a concrete trail, a bike trail, nice lake, whatever, I still have to drive to it. You know, it'd still be like a 10-minute drive for me. And biking's not really an option. But also what sucks about Colorado is that there's very few trees. You have to go out into the mountains to get to trees. And so you go into these open spaces, and they're very open spaces, but they're also literally prairies. I mean, you will have to avoid prairie dogs in some of these places. So, yeah, you know, it's nice. It's not the same as being able to, I mean, literally when we lived in Virginia, there was like a little mini forest in our backyard. There's just so many trees. When I say that biking isn't really an option, I don't mean because I don't want to bike, you know, 20 minutes or whatever it would be equivalent to. It's because in America the roads aren't designed for it. There's no bike path. There's no bike path on the sidewalks. There are no sidewalks. And the bike paths that exist on the streets, if they exist, are often incredibly dangerous. I would not go on them. I wish I could do more. That's like my ultimate dream, is being able to not have a car. So I'm very non-American in that way. Oh my god, this taxi driver that I had, I took a Lyft to the D&D thing because I knew I was going to drink at the bar. And this guy was an enigma to me. So he was English, and his wife lived in Belgium. And he just started complaining about America. Fair enough, you know, not a great start to my night out, but it happens. There's a lot to complain about. So he's talking about a lot of things that I agree with, you know, like the class divide and people not looking out, and, you know, how sad it is Americans that are working, 2 or 3 jobs and they're just constantly under stress and they can't buy houses and so on and so forth. And then he's like, and, you know, I'm trying to get my wife over here, but, you know, I probably won't be able to, and I'm worried about my own green card or whatever he had, so I'm gonna have to go back. And I'm like, you know, I don't want to just be like, why the fuck do you even want to be here? Because that would be rude. So I just was like, oh, yeah, that sucks. That's unfortunate. So what do you like about America? Because he said he loves it here. And he was like, the people are just so much nicer. And that was his only thing. He was like, you know, people, you know, you say hello to them in America and they say hello back. In Europe, everyone is just, you know, they're so cagey. They don't want to talk to you. And I was like, that's not a good enough reason to move to America. please go back and live in Belgium. Not because I want you to go back where you came from, because I think it's honest to God much better. I do know, I've heard the sentiment, and I generally agree with the whole, like, Americans are friendlier thing. But the problem for me is that I don't want that. I don't see that as much of, I don't see that as a huge positive. He was like, you know, in the taxis, you know, you go to France and you get in a taxi and they don't want to talk to you. So you sit in silence. Like, this is like a terrible thing, and I'm just like, that's what I like about it. This is great. You know, when I go on a walk out in Poland, I don't have to like say hi to like a dozen people who live a mile around me because they're also on a walk. We just, you know, don't look at each other and don't say anything to each other. That's perfect to me. But this guy, he needs it. He needs the friendliness. He needs it so bad. He will work 3 jobs, have no health care, and force his wife to move to America. This, I couldn't get it. I was like, okay, alright, fine. Whatever floats your boat. I assume she also wants to move here, but I didn't go that deep with the guy.
If the Geth don't kill us, the lack of food just might.
There, dear. You'll get through this. Just relax. The Geth just keep coming.
Oh, Commander. I'm glad they finally sent somebody to help us.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
You're a bit late.
Sorry, Commander. Everyone's on edge since...
Watch out! We've got Geth in the tower!
Protect the heart of the colony!
The Gen Z stare will equalize all countries. Soon America also will not say hello. Unprompted. They will stand by you and wait for you to order. Ooh, yeah, I am almost getting there. Thanks, Liara. Oh yeah, you definitely shouldn't visit America. I would not suggest it. Although again, the chances of you actually experiencing some of those terrible things, you know, is low, and you'll probably just experience, again, friendly Americans, I guess. But it just doesn't seem like a big enough perk. Yeah, the AI in Mass Effect 1 really is bad. Teammates are not particularly helpful in this game. They get better in 2. Wish there was a trade system, you know? Talking to this Lyft driver, and he's like, I want to move to America. Be like, take my spot. Give me your... He said he was English, but his accent wasn't English. I assume he lived in England for more of his life. But I think he was born somewhere in Europe. So give me your European passport. I'll take it. They're great, and because you can tell them where to go when to use their skills. I mean, you can kind of tell them in this. Like, I haven't really been using the strategy overview because it's like too much work for. Just feel like I could do it anyway. Except when they start running up to me, and then I need Liara to lift. That's the only time. Your accent was Canadian? Did you have like a Canadian teacher? She like, oh, what's about that, eh? I assume they mean kind of a generic Canadian accent and not like Newfoundland. Like my accent's a generic American one. No one's learning English with a Boston accent. And if they are, I think that's really funny. You go up to like some Korean person who's learned English from a Boston teacher. Bostonian, I guess. She parked a car in the lot wrong. Seen BoJack Horseman? Diane's family is Korean that immigrated to Boston. Oh, no. That was completely random set of dialect and country. Horrible listening test for English. That is unfair. But an 8 out of 10 is pretty good.
And get a vehicle safely out of the Normandy.
I assume when I actually spoke,
next objective.
I never spoke like, you know, anywhere close to fluent French. But I could speak an okay amount probably at the end of high school. They took 4 years. No, 3 years. 3 years. But I didn't actually speak to anyone in France at that time. It would have been interesting to hear if I had some type of weird accent. Because my French teacher was not French. She backpacked through Europe when she was young and lived in France for a while. But I'll never know. I don't speak enough French to have an accent peek through. Anything other than bad at French accent, you know what I mean? Feel like I wasn't told to do anything yet. They're like, the Geth, it sucks, and then we got attacked. So I think maybe we should go talk to him.
I'm grateful for what you've done, but your heroics don't impress me, Commander.
Okay. I wasn't trying to, jeez. Well, of course I have an accent. I mean, I'm not going to speak French with a French accent. Unless I, you know, I'd learned when I was much younger. But I mean, any specifics toward it. Because this, my French teacher was a little country. Like, sometimes I can kind of tell when I was listening to Mapu speak some French. To me, it actually sounded like a German guy trying to speak French, even though he's speaking in French. But the accent was still there, even in a language that I didn't understand a whole lot. But I'm sure someone who maybe also knew German could say more specifically what type of German accent that he had. I don't even know where he's from, actually. Or when you hear someone speak English, let's say, again, like a Korean person speaks English, and you can just hear that it's an English accent, and you're like, oh, okay, you were taught by an English person. Actually, that happened in Sweden quite a few times. For the most part, most Swedish people, I would say, they spoke with very light Swedish accents. So many of them spoke basically American English. But sometimes they light Swedish accent, sure. And then sometimes very much an English accent. And they didn't realize. One lady I was talking to at a bar, she had no idea that she had an English accent when she spoke English. And it wasn't heavy. It wasn't she was speaking like Cockney or something. But I was like, no, you were taught by an English person. I know Grubby is like practicing his German, I think. He's Dutch, but he's joined a German guild and is part of the German WoW scene now, but he's been speaking Germany on his stream. Speaking German on his stream. It's one of those things I've mostly given up on, trying to actually become, fluent in another language. The effort is just crazy. The effort not to study for like half an hour a day, because that's doable, but more of doing the actual things that you would need to do to sound, fluent, which is finding a community of people who speak the foreign language and actually interacting with it on a daily basis for an extended period of time, reading it, writing it, listening to it. Like, it's obviously you go to the country, you can immerse yourself so much easier, but doing it from home, so difficult. Which is why there's a guy in StarCraft that most of you guys wouldn't know, but I was hanging out with this guy. We both got stranded in Germany after Katowice 23, I guess, and just coincidentally he was there, and I was like, oh my god, really long time no see. And we both got stranded, and so we went out to dinner in Germany, and he was telling me how he actually became fluent in Japanese from home. Like, he was Canadian, and it's because he found a practice group that he actually would study with 2 times a week, and then he made sure to immerse himself in Japanese every single day so that he was legitimately fluent in Japanese. Like, he took the test, whatever it is for Japan, I forget. And he was going to Japan for the first time and trying it out, and I was very impressed. Very. Because first of all, Japanese is a hard language, but second of all, just to actually commit to that, even if it was over COVID, I think he was talking about too, but still, that's a lot. Pick up language quite easily. Well, it's definitely a thing, I think, where if you already know more than 1 or 2, and it makes a lot of sense, even again, someone who doesn't, I'm not fluent in any other language, but who's studied, dabbled here and there, to be able to compare grammar, spelling, sentence structure between languages that you have some knowledge with. It's obviously going to be better than just starting from a single slate, the English slate.
I get the feeling you don't like me.
How would you feel if you were hung out to dry by every government organization that ever promised to keep you safe? They should have sent a small fleet. Instead, we get 1 ship. And you're only interested in the Geth.
Well, that's not my fault. God.
What can you tell me about Exogeny?
Very little. I work there as a security officer. I know they were looking for artifacts and anything of value. That's what they do. They fund the colony. In return, we help them uncover buried treasure. It's definitely not as exciting as they make it sound.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions for you. Goodbye.
Commander.
The tower's secure. Thanks to you, Commander.
I'm just glad your colony's safe.
I appreciate your concern and your efforts against the Geth.
They may have been slowed, but they'll be back. They always come back.
Help me find what the Geth are after, and you'll all get out of here alive.
We don't know what they're after. They came, they attacked us, that's all we know. Their main base is at the Exogeny headquarters. A good place to start looking if you want answers.
How do I get there?
The Skyway leads directly to Exogeny headquarters. You can't miss it.
Of course, there's an army of Geth between here and there.
I didn't expect this would be easy.
Then maybe I can get this colony operational again.
What do you need done to get this place back on its feet?
We need those Geth destroyed.
Arcelia's right. There are still Geth in the tunnels. We also have more mundane. I'm not sure where we stand on those matters. You should talk to the people overseeing them.
Oh, there's so many. I'm just gonna go around.
I'll talk to you when I learn more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go around and talk to them. I feel like I already did. They just weren't ready to talk to me. What do you need? Medicine?
You'll have to forgive my wife. Calantha's not in her right mind. She just needs to relax and accept what's happened.
What happened to your wife?
The constant attacks have strained us all. She'll adapt. We all have.
They would have a proper method. Well, keep in mind, again, when you're in school, you aren't learning French every single day. You're not even learning it 5 days a week. You're learning it 2 to 3 days a week. Actually, there are like 2 major ways, I guess, that American high schools operate. My high school was a 4-period, hour-and-a-half A-B days. That's not the case for every high school, but anyway, so I was learning, you know, an hour-and-a-half of French 2 to 3 times a week. And studying. No, I never studied. I was good enough in other classes that I didn't have to, but that didn't work. That didn't work for foreign languages. But anyways, even if you did, still not enough. And you're not using it all the time. You're not thinking about it at all. The people who actually end up being good at foreign languages in America that I've anyways interacted with, people who after 3 years of learning French were actually speaking in French to some degree. It's because they also went to French club because we lived in a very affluent area and their parents could afford for them to go to France for a month in the summer. Because they had a very vested interest in learning it rather than just being like, this is a requirement to get our honor degree, whatever the fuck the extra thing was called. Which I don't think any school actually cared about. So, yeah, I don't. You'd have to have a bigger interest. And then for most Americans, I mean, most Americans don't even have a passport. For most Americans, these things are not something that you can see any tangible benefit to. Nor do we have to ever really interact with any other foreign language. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm still impressed when anyone else does. Anyone outside of English-speaking countries who are, you know, they speak in Twitch chat or they watch English and American movies and whatnot. It might be easier, but I'm still very impressed with it. I had to take I had to take a semester of French in college, but it was after I completed my French in high school by doing it in 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, so I didn't do it in 11th and 12th. And then in university, they were like, you still have to do it, take a foreign language. And I was like, son of a bitch! I thought I was done with this. So they put me in French 4, because that was where I would have been. Except I had 2 years where I wasn't doing any French. I was so lost.
Is there anything I can do for her?
No, she just needs time. Time to absorb everything. We'll be fine.
I have to go.
Please do what you can to stop the attacks.
You're the one who repelled that last wave. They'll be back. And if the Geth don't kill us, we'll die of hunger soon enough.
Because I was a unique snowflake, and I knew that everyone else was going to do Spanish.
Are you doing anything to remedy the situation?
I need to boost rations with Varen meat. The Alpha Varen, he's huge and he's mad. Rabid, maybe.
Well, probably
totally
don't eat him, then.
uncontrollable. I can't do anything until he's dead.
I have a ship. I could bring in supplies from off-world.
I'd rather you concentrated on the Geth. Food won't help us if they breach our defenses.
Tell me about hunting Varen.
Hunting them is impossible. On the positive side, the big Alpha Varen is the real problem. So long, Commander.
Alright, we're gonna find some meat. Some questionable rabid rabies meat. But anyway, no, that's legitimately why I chose. I
Nice work with those
almost
cats.
everyone would say
Glad
that
you showed
Spanish is
up.
a smarter thing to take in America,
Still need
and
the
I
power
don't
cells for this
disagree.
generator, though.
There were plenty of Spanish speakers around where I lived and currently live that I could theoretically get more practice with Spanish if I really wanted to. But let's be real, I wouldn't. I even took a Spanish class here early last year, and never once did I really feel like I wanted to try and speak Spanish to anyone. Even this really great, very authentic taco place that was right down the street. So, Spanish, French. Spanish was supposed to be easier, but then, I also could not roll my R's. I still can't. So, yeah, that also really put me off from learning Spanish. Even though eventually I learned it's not really that common. Like, it's not in every single Spanish word or something like that. Never seen subs for English content, but goddamn, that show is tough. Oh, I've never seen The Wire. I know it's supposed to be very good, but I've never seen it.
Would it help if I brought in some power cells from the Normandy? We can certainly spare a few.
Your top-of-the-line ship doesn't use the same parts as the old generator we've got. The cells just aren't compatible.
I don't know if Perfidy is talking about pronunciation or... yeah, vernacular. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was gonna say, you know, when I played Final Fantasy Tactics, they use a lot of big words. I could understand it through context, most of the big words. But, yeah, I definitely had to look up some words in Final Fantasy Tactics. Their accents didn't confuse me, but they use big words. Fancy.
If I find anything
Thank you,
wrong-
Commander. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry, but I can't stop to talk.
I have to go.
Okay, then I
wish
won't
you
help you.
luck.
I didn't mean to do that. No, let me talk to you again.
I'm sorry, but I can't stop to talk. I have to deal with
Is there
the
anything
water.
I can do?
The utilities building was one of the first to fall under Geth control. Bind the mains and turn them back on. Until then, this colony is dry.
Okay.
I have to go.
I assume for some reason, water from the ship won't work.
Geth can't regroup at the command post
Commander, I was told to make my supplies available to
Let me see what you have.
Of course. I may be able...
Okay, I'll take that. And, not really useful. This seems useful. It could be good. Okay. That'll be good enough then. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. We'll try it. We'll see what happens with that. Heavy armor. Shepard. Rex. Shepard. Hey. We definitely, yeah. Most Americans would know the word jargon. Oh, they had a Baltimore accent. Well, that makes sense to set in, you know, government politics, DC. But that's funny. Baltimore accent. The Maryland accent. The Maryland. I'll have to listen to it. I'm trying to think if there's been any show recently where English was confusing. I mean, not American English, I don't think. I can't think of any. But I remember watching Misfits and needing subtitles. That's English. Now I think I'm used to it, and I could maybe not need subtitles for it anymore. And then I watched Dairy Girls. It's a real comfort show. Dairy Girls is great. And I don't need explanations anymore. I could hear what they were saying, but I didn't know if I was actually hearing it correctly, because I didn't know so much of the jargon of Irish, and especially like 80s, 90s Irish, where they also had, you know, slang for specific things that were happening at that time.
What do you know about
We just arrived a short time ago.
What do you mean?
It's hard to explain. It's kind of like... I can't describe it. You should speak with Phi Dan. He knows the colony better than me. I'm just watching. If nothing else, she's good for hiding.
It looks like you're monitoring something.
No, well, just ship diagnostics. It's nothing. I should
Maybe I can help you. What are you trying to diagnose?
No, thanks, really. Now, please, I need to get back to work.
She doing something illegal?
This work must be completed.
I'm gonna snitch on her.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Some of the colonists are acting strange.
We're a close-knit group, Commander. Most of us have lost loved ones, friends.
These aren't trained soldiers. Nobody taught us how to deal with the horrors of war.
This is our home. We've watched the Geth slowly destroy everything that is important to us. Don't judge us too harshly.
I'll talk to you when I learn.
Guess I won't mention how weird that specific colonist is
I'm grateful for
being.
what you've done, but your heroics don't...
Alright, whatever.
Commander.
He's so cute. He's the cat that lets you bump heads with him. But if you haven't read the books, would it be a good show to watch?
Oh god, they're everywhere!
Oop, I was about to shoot her. Well, she did anyway. I thought this thing had more firepower. Hey, water!
This valve looks like part of a large system. There are likely others we need to activate as well.
F. F. Oh. Yeah, it hiccuped, I guess. We just found the food. We found the food. We didn't find the alpha. There's the little tyke. Quit it. Quit it. All right. We got food. We got fuel cells. We're working on the water. That's the Geth transmitter. What's on here then? Am I using the right gun? What is happening? Yes? Why does it feel like it's not doing any damage? Oh my god. Oh my god. Teammates! 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 Motherfuckers. What are you doing?
They tried to build a life here, but now all they have are ruins.
They're stuck. They found an awkward kitten. Oh, yo, jabble. Oh, they're just stuck. Great. Cool. Should I kill him? Is that gonna reset him? I mean, when I noticed that they weren't even going to attack us, I went in guns blazing to kill them. I feel like saying I abused the AIs.
Colony's tougher than it looks.
Not fair. Yeah, what happened if I go another place? Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to save reload. Oh, old games. They're so funny. They have their quirks. We haven't found a kitten in a long time.
You don't want to go down there.
What are you doing down here?
Nothing I should be, and anything I shouldn't.
Oh,
That was a good one. Very intense.
What's the matter with you?
Just invoking the Master's whip helps remind me I'm still alive. You're here for the Geth, aren't you? You're not the only one interested in those things.
Who else is looking for the Geth?
Not looking for. Looking to get rid of. They're a thorn in the side of the...
trying to get to the... dying!
Let's go. He can't help us.
Is there anything I can do to help you? Do you even want help?
Help me. I'd rather...
Fighting
die.
what?
Not that time's up. Ask Fidan. Ask him about the... Ah!
Okay.
Look out!
Get your own cover. We're gonna hit him? I did not. Seems mean. I try not to be mean.
I won't do it. I won't. I can't.
Maybe he needs to be knocked in the head, though. Hard to say. Wait, there was a wait. Wait. Where was... There it is. They are. They get better. BioWare gets better at making... Oh, there's the other one.
Doesn't look like it's on yet. We should keep looking.
Alrighty then. They get better at making combat. Ow! Hey, it's Krogan's. Take care of him, Rex. Oh, for the love of God, take care of him! Lara! Oh God, she's already out of all the stuff. Yeesh. These bastards. Guess when you're big and dumb. Just running straight forward is the best thing you can do. It actually blew up, right? So I'm just looking for the last water valve. Can you push them? They kind of get out of the way. Yeah. So then how did we... So I don't think there's anything else I need to get up here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, stop being fatigued. Yeah, he's a big sucker. Sounds like a dinosaur. Come on. Come on, buddy. We didn't find the last thingy-majigger. We didn't find the last nozzle. Shit, is it all down there? Did I just miss it? Hate that.
Commander, what can I do for you?
I destroyed a Geth transmitter in the tunnel.
You've taken a great weight off my shoulders. I just wish I had.
Is there anything I can do?
Maka Doyle has been assigned to that particular issue.
I'll talk to you when I learn her.
You can tell them where to stand in Mass Effect 1, just whether or not they actually follow directions.
I killed the big Varen. The rest are yours.
Excellent. I'll organize a hunt when the immediate threat of the Geth is gone.
I have to go.
Here, for your trouble. It's not much, I know, but it's all we can spare.
Yeah, money.
Still no water. A colony needs water to grow.
I have to go.
I wish you luck.
Nice work with... I still need the power cells for this.
I found these power cells in the tunnels.
I knew they'd turn up eventually. Now if I can kick these power cells into place, I'll have this colony up and running in no time.
Damn. You're gonna need to see another valve. Girly Brusque, I mean, I don't need their congratulations. It's okay. I'll live without hearing how appreciative they are.
Commander, what can I do for you?
There's a guy living down in the tunnels. Is he one of yours?
That would be Ian. He's very sick.
He seems to be more than just sick.
He hasn't been We tried to help him, but he wouldn't listen to us. I can't help my people if they won't listen, Commander.
Don't you have medical supplies? Something to help him?
I wish it was that simple. Ian was
They
a
love
good man
me.
I'd like to have with us. Please, Commander.
I think they just appreciate
I prefer
me.
not to talk about it anymore.
No, getting kind of close there.
Some of the colonists are acting strange.
We've been over this, Commander. The colonists are my concern. The Geth are yours.
I'll talk to you when I learn more.
Commander.
I'm grateful for what you've done, but your heroics... Commander?
I got one of the tunnels again. Look for the stupid valve. It's dumb. Wait, no. Isn't it impressive what imagination can do? There's just simply a lot of odd behavior in Mass Effect 1. As in, like, animation behavior. But in our brains, it's highly cinematic. I think it's kind of weird that your pupils are at the very edge of your eyes, even though I'm over on the other side. But that's fine. Twitch chat disproves of the word kill. I don't think Nightbot will get you if you use the word kill. It's more of a TikTok thing. Alright, so Uno. I didn't think there were any in here. Nope. Looks like a God Shepherd. Need to work on the cardio before Mass Effect 2. Or get, I guess, lung implants. Which is probably what happens. Man, I feel like I did this last time. 2. I remember being frustrated not finding something in here. There's nothing back here. This guy's still crazy. That's not an opening. That's not an opening. I need one more. Or I could just, actually find the damn thing. But apparently not. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it was right there.
Turning this last valve appears to have activated the system, Commander.
It's the first one that I missed. Isn't it always? Alright, we're gonna turn this quest mission and then we'll continue the rest of this planet on Wednesday. Onto the Prothean Skyway. Man, wouldn't it be crazy if we actually start exploring the universe and we actually do find ancient ruins on a different planet? That'd be crazy. I, for one, hope that I live long enough to know that intelligent life is out there. Maybe not meet it. Hopefully they don't kill us.
The water started running not long ago. Thanks to you, I assume.
But some
Now
evidence.
We just need to deal with the Geth and we can get back to growing this colony. Here, a few credits for your trouble.
Maybe they'll be
Thank you
sexy
again.
aliens. Have to be in our solar system? If you want to find it in the next 200 years. Well, I guess that's not, completely impossible. But you know what? One day, Farnsworth will discover how to move the universe around the spaceship to go faster than the speed of light. Approximately 1,000 years from now, but I can always be cryogenically frozen. You're 100% certain that there's advanced civilizations? That I wouldn't say I'm certain of. But I believe it. I guess the best way to say it is that I don't believe that we are the totally unique situation in the entire universe. Which is, one of the theories. There's many theories as to why I haven't met aliens, and some of them are more depressing than others. We certainly don't count. I mean, we're a little advanced. We're not advanced emotionally, apparently, but I mean, it's kind of impressive. You start out with sticks and fire and get to be all the way up here, whatever we got now. That's a little impressive. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense that Earth is that unique, but I probably won't live long enough to figure that one out. There's a chance that it's sexy aliens. Looking forward to that one. Yeah, that is the problem, isn't it? Technology is advancing far faster than the abilities of the humans. to comprehend and use it wisely. We were so busy with whether or not we could, we didn't think if we should. Science is worth it for space boobs. Yes. Why do the Asari have boobs? No one knows. Apparently it's not really an important evolutionary trait, unless I missed some background information on that one. They need boobs for boob armor. Because they're mammals. Well, men are mammals. I mean, they don't just have, like, nipples and a chest area. They have boobs. Okay? You could even argue, I suppose, that they're moobs, but still. Anyway, that's the end of this stream. We're not going to get into alien physiology again. So, yeah, those are moobs. Well, we might on Wednesday. So that's the next time we'll be streaming Mass Effect in the evening, Wednesday. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for hanging out and talking. And I'll see you guys Wednesday afternoon and evening. Bye, guys.